Hi, this is Coach David Halal. Someone texted me to ask me about my video on why your life sex sucks. And he asked me, he asked me how to know when he is in his feminine and how to know when he is in his masculine. As a man, your core, C-O-R-E, your core is masculine energy. The masculine energy is to be dominant, to take risk, to penetrate, forward movement. And it is represented on the spectrum as the plus sign. So for you to know, how do you know? You know when you're in your feminine, when you become, first of all, you become too feminine, or you become too receptive, or you become doubtful. You know, anytime you doubt, when you're doubting, it's a feminine quality, because masculine quality is certainty. You know you're going through the danger, but you're certain that you're gonna make it. That does not mean 100% you're gonna make it, but you have no doubt. That's masculine energy. Penetrating, taking risk, building, building stuff, building your future, building your business. That does not mean a woman does not have the masculine energy, because we both both sexes have both side of the spectrum, like a magnet. It has the plus, it has the minus. But you will know, and one way that happens, one way it happens for you to stop being in your masculine energy is when you have your girlfriend or your wife and you get into an argument or disagreement. And the moment you get into that disagreement, you bump head. Two magnet, right? The plus, right? The minus and the plus. Let's say both ends. This is the plus, right? Plus sign. I'm gonna put up, the sign up. My index finger as the plus, and the minus, right? My hand as the minus. When you bump head with, when you are in your masculine and your woman is in her feminine, you attract each other. You stuck together. You agree. You're having fun. It's good. It's the best part of the relationship. But when you have a disagreement, it's because one of you is turning, whether the masculine is turning into is becoming doubtful, is becoming receptive, is becoming too sensitive, he's becoming too emotional. Then he's turning into his feminine. He's turning into his feminine. And when that happens, the woman has to turn into her masculine. You see? And when that happens, you're going to have disagreement, because none of you are in your basic core, how you were supposed to be. That's how you receive this body. When the masculine side, the masculine in you become more dominant, then you grow a penis. Of course, scientifically, we can go into the chromosome and this and that, but on energy-wise, you have the feminine who, when she starts turning into the masculine in the relationship, and the male is vacillating between feminine and masculine, or between masculine and feminine, then you have disagreement. And when that happens, you're gonna bump head, kind of like two planets collide. When the two planets collide, or when the two sexes get into a disagreement, usually the one that is one of them, it doesn't mean it's gonna be the woman or the man, but usually one of them is gonna come and after a while, after a couple of days, after a couple hours, is gonna want to, ask for forgiveness, or trying to get things back to normal, which is fine. But the dangerous thing about that is that once you start turning, once you start coming back together, and one of you try to become something that he's not. Like, let's say if I'm the male and my core, is masculine, and I'm trying to get together with my wife, and then when that happens, get together, and when I know this is what I want, and I start being too compliant, or I start changing who I am to become something different, which is what television and the media and religion has made us turn a lot of us into what we are not, because your basic instinct is the animal in you will want to claim what you really are, which is, if I'm a man, I want to be masculine. Sometimes I'll raise my voice. Sometimes I'll be, rough or tough, or I'll be, a little bit more, aggressive or dominant, But because of what I've learned, my head knowledge in church or in school, then I'll be like, well, you know what, let me come down and it's fine to come down, but at the same time, I have to be careful I don't become the woman, because I become too sensitive, or I become too compliant, ready to change just to please my wife or my girlfriend. I can't do that. I have to stay who I am. I have to stay the true me. You see, when you collide, and then that masculine, if you take a piece of magnet, I don't have a magnet, but if you take a piece of magnet and you collide together, and that was let's say the tip of the pen was your masculine side, right? The plus, and now this is your feminine, and all of a sudden now you turn into the masculine. So now you're trying to attract or to connect with your wife again, or your girlfriend, as the feminine. You see, trying to be too compliant because you want to please your girlfriend or your wife or whatever. And when you do that, then you become, because every once in a while you're gonna want to become who you are. You see, this is what happened to a lot of us. Religion has, or our parents and media, because of what we've learned, all this head knowledge, we stop acting as who we are. You see, and when that happens, sometimes I'm in my masculine, sometimes I'm in my feminine, and now the person I'm dealing with, whether wife or girlfriend, it becomes, she become confused. She don't know where her feelings are. She said, well, I just want to be friends, or I don't feel like it. And at the same time, when she's saying that, because she don't feel that attraction, at the same time, now all of a sudden I can be having erectile dysfunction. I cannot get horny, or my penis cannot get hard, my dick cannot get hard, and what happened? Now I become too weak, you see? And because now she's going to start cutting her hair. She's going to start becoming a man, you see? Or acting like a man, taking charge in the house, yelling and screaming and telling everybody what to do. You see, now you become totally turned off. And sometimes the woman don't want to go back in her feminine, and the man don't want to go back to his masculine. And if one of them wants to change, the other one does not change. Now you have the same mode. So they become unattracted to each other. They don't like each other anymore sexually, because they become the same. They become polarity-wise, although one still have a vagina, the other one still have a penis, but they become the same. Because now you have negative with negative instead of positive and negative together. That's the reason why you've heard they say opposite attract. That does not mean because I'm black I'm gonna like white women, or because I'm white or short I'm gonna like the opposite of. No, they're talking about feminine and masculine. Opposite attract, because the plus and the minuses will pull towards each other, will gravitate towards each other to become one. Okay, so when you become, if you're a man and you see you become too compliant, you become too sensitive, you become too receptive, then you're in your feminine. And in order for you to become a man again, or to go back to your masculine side of the spectrum, you're gonna have to fight. You're gonna have to study. You're gonna have to build your goal and have purpose, something that you are pursuing hard, something that's gonna make you bring the men out of you. Play some kind of sports, lift some heavy weights to increase your testosterone. You see, and that way then you're gonna start feeling like a man again, and you'll see happiness will come, because you will be happy when you're a man, if you're a man. You see what I'm saying? This is Coach David Halal, fearlessly and passionately pursuing his call and his destiny. Don't forget to subscribe, like my videos. I'll talk to you again. Bye-bye.